Hello, my name is Nia. I want to present to you about coronavirus. First, I will discuss about what is coronavirus. Okay, I want to show you about my PowerPoint presentation. First, I want to talk about what is coronavirus. Coronavirus is a collection of viruses that can infect the respiratory system. In many cases, this virus only causes mild respiratory infections such as flu. However, this virus can only cause severe respiratory infections such as lung infections or pneumonia, Middle East Respiratory Syndrome or MERS, and Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome or SARS. The disease caused by this virus is called COVID-19. Next, source of infection. Source of infection seen so far are mainly patients who have symptoms such as COVID-19. A person can get COVID-19 through a variety of ways, namely, first, accident inhaling saliva splashes or droplets that come out when people with COVID-19 cough or sneeze. 2. Hold the mouth or nose without washing hands first after touching an object affected by saliva splashes of a COVID-19 sufferer. And 3. Close contact with people with COVID-19 such as touching or shaking hands. Next, way for spreading. The World Health Organization WHO reveals how the spread of COVID-19 is through small droplets that come out of the nose or mouth when people infected with the coronavirus sneeze or cough. The drops then land an object or surface touched by healthy people. After the healthy people turns their eyes, nose, or mouth, the coronavirus can also spread when small drops of an infected person are inhaled directly by healthy people when they are close together. So that's why it's important to maintain a distance of 1 meter more than people who are sick. Next, susceptible people. The population is generally susceptible is the elderly people. Why are older people more susceptible to coronavirus exposure? Because as we get older, the body will experience various decrease due to aging process. Starting from the decreased hormone production, skin elasticity, muscle mass, bone density to the strength and function of body organs. Next, people with history of certain disease. This is because chronic disease cause the sufferer's immune system to weaken and are more difficult to fight infection. 3. Medical staff at the hospital. Because they are required to deal directly with patients infected with the coronavirus. 4. Children. Children are suspected of being infected with the coronavirus from their parents who are also positive of COVID-19. Next, human symptoms after coronavirus infections. COVID-19 symptoms range from mild to severe. It takes 3 until 14 days after exposure for symptoms to develop. Common signs include respiratory symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, and breathing difficulties. Those with weakened immune system may develop more serious symptoms like pneumonia, severe acute respiratory syndrome, kidney failure, and even death. Next, the difference between common cold versus COVID-19. Common cold, most patients have mild symptoms and generally don't cause pneumonia. Influenza can cause high fever, cough, sore throat, muscle pain, and other. COVID-19 symptoms of the patients are mainly fever, fatigue, and dry cough. Some patients have no fever symptoms and may experience chest tightness and dyspnea. Next, outbreak judgment. Outbreak judgment is how we can suspect ourselves from coronavirus. Over 37.3 degrees Celsius in calm state. 20 until 30 minutes before measurement, avoid strenuous activities, eating, drinking cold or hot water compresses, and ensure that the armpits are dry. This explains our temperature 37.3 until 38 degrees Celsius are low fever. 38.1 until 39 degrees Celsius are moderate heat. 39.1 until 41 degrees Celsius are high fever, and up to 41 degrees Celsius are super high fever. Next, prevention of new coronavirus. How to prevention of coronavirus? Number 1, wash hands with soap, wear a face mask, avoid contact with animals, avoid crowded places, avoid contact with others, and eat hot food. How to maintain hand hygiene? Maintain hand hygiene. Wash hands with running water after coughing or sneezing. When caring for patients before meals, after using stools, when hands are dirty, after handling animals or animal waste, or use alcohol-free hand sanitizer. This is how to wash hands. Step 1. Wet hands with water. Apply soap. Rub hands palms to palms. Rub the back of each hand with finger interlaced. Rub palms together with finger interlaced. Rub with back of finger to opposing palms. Rub each thumb clasped in opposite hands. Rub the tips of finger. Rub each wrist with different hands and rinse with water. Dry thoroughly your hands, and your hands are now clean. Type of mask. First, ordinary cotton yarn mask. Second, medical surgical mask. Third, medical protective mask. There are the masks that we can use to protect ourselves from COVID-19. The ordinary cotton yarn mask doesn't contain a filter layer as known as useless for current situation, and using this to stop COVID-19 is like trying to stop your mom from dating. Medical surgical mask, fluid barrier to capture respiratory droplets from user, fits loosely, easier to breathe in, and affordable. Medical protective mask, denser filter to prevent until 95% of particle size of zero point 0 microns and below, and harder to breathe in. But if you find it easy to breathe in, you are wearing it wrong. Medical protective mask, technically a respirator. For the purpose of self-protection and reducing the risk of respiratory infections, medical surgical mask N95 mask can be used. It's recommended that you wear a mask if you go to a hospital, a crowd of people, or an area where cases occur. If it is to go to general open-air public place without close contact with respiratory patient, it's sufficient to wear medical surgical mask without overprotection. However, if you come into contact with a patient suspected of having a respiratory infection, you need to wear a biological resistant N95 mask to provide effective protection. Next, I want to show you how to remove the mask. First, don't touch the front of the mask. Second, unfasten the lower strap first, then untie the upper strap. 3. Hold the mask strap with your fingers and throw it in the medical waste container. Wash your hands immediately after removing the mask. Personal protection. If you get cough or sneeze, cover your nose and mouth with disposable paper towel and handkerchief. Throw the used paper towel into a covered trash and wash your hands in time. The handkerchief can be taken home for cleaning. Next, avoid contact with wildlife. Some research results reveal COVID-19 surged from several animals including bats, snakes, and other mammals. The animals are generally bought and sold on the market and consumed by the city community where the virus was first suspected to appear. The close relationship between consuming wild animals and causing the COVID-19 pandemic is sticking out among scientists. Some wild animals also have the opportunity to become hosts for the virus. Zoonosis or disease transmission from animals to humans is suspected to play a major role in the emergence of COVID-19. Okay, it's all about coronavirus, about symptoms, about susceptible people, about outbreak judgment, and prevention of them. I hope we can realize how important to keep a distance of 1 meter more than people who are show the COVID-19 symptoms. Thank you for watching. Stay at home and stay healthy. See you in the next video. Bye bye.